It all began with a letter. Not some flimsy HOA newsletter, but a thick, menacing envelope that screamed trouble. Inside was a new set of rules so absurd they felt like a prank: mandatory home interior inspections, no community vote, no discussion, just demands. Ethan Carter laughed it off at first, thinking it was a joke. But as the words sank in, disbelief turned to fury. Who did these people think they were, dictating what I could do in my own home? Little did I know, my refusal to comply would unravel a conspiracy that would shake our entire neighborhood to its core. How far would a corrupt HOA go to crush its homeowners? Buckle up, this is a wild ride. The rules were outrageous. Inspect my house? Inside? Without my consent? I wasn't the only one fuming. My neighbor Liam, a mechanic with a temper, was ready to tear the letter apart. Mrs. Clara, the retired librarian next door, hadn't even opened hers, too shaken by the HOA's reputation. And Mia, a single mom down the street, looked terrified. She'd already been fined for leaving her kid's tricycle out. Then came the green flags. At first, they seemed harmless, popping up in random yards. But soon, they multiplied, marking violations, without explanation. Liam's lawn got one. No warning, no reason, just a green flag stabbed into his grass like a taunt. My yard was clear, but that only confirmed my suspicion: this wasn't about rules. It was about control. I tried to be reasonable. I emailed Victoria, the HOA president, expecting some clarity. Her reply was ice cold. Compliance is expected. Expected? That word lit a fire in me. This wasn't enforcement, it was a power grab. I thought they were bluffing, just trying to scare us. I was dead wrong. It started small, a notice claiming my mailbox, my perfectly fine mailbox, violated community standards. No details, just a demand to replace it or face a $200 fine. Liam got the same notice. So did Clara and Mia. Then came the parking violations. I'd parked my SUV in my driveway, like always, but now it was illegal. A red sticker slapped on my windshield threatened towing. Liam's truck got hit too. The next day, my trash bins were left unemptied while everyone else's were neatly put away. I called the waste company, and their answer floored me. Your service was removed per the HOA's request. Victoria was retaliating, plain and simple. By now, I was livid. I emailed Victoria again, demanding answers. Her response? Non-compliant homeowners may experience service modifications. It was a slap in the face. Then the anonymous complaints rolled in: noise violations when I wasn't home, long grass, when I just mowed, yard debris. That was a single bag of mulch. This wasn't an HOA anymore, it was a vendetta. Victoria thought she could bully me into submission. She had no idea who she was dealing with. I'd had enough. The fines, the harassment, the absurdity. It was time to fight back. I spent hours poring over my home purchase contract, and that's when I struck gold: a grandfather clause. My house, one of the last built in the neighborhood, was exempt from new HOA rules unless I agreed to them. Spoiler, I hadn't. Victoria had no power over me. The parking rules? Didn't apply. The lawn regulations? Irrelevant. The interior inspections? Laughable. I was untouchable. To test it, I parked my SUV front and center in my driveway. I hit the nursery and bought wildflowers, a cactus, and a shrub I knew was on their banned list. I planted them boldly in my front yard, daring them to respond. 2 days later, a violation notice arrived: $150 daily fines, retroactive for my non-compliant property. Retroactive? For flowers? I couldn't help but laugh. I fired off an email to Victoria. Dear Victoria, per my purchase agreement, my home is exempt from new HOA rules. Your violations are unenforceable, and I won't pay a cent. My attorney's ready to chat if you'd like. Regards, Ethan. I hit send, leaning back with a grin. But I knew Victoria wouldn't back down. She was about to get desperate. Instead of retreating, Victoria doubled down. Another notice claimed I'd blasted music at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, when I was at work. Then another for invasive wildflowers. Then one for my SUV, obstructing community views. It was harassment, pure and simple. Then I noticed something chilling: strangers with clipboards roaming our street, peering into yards, taking photos without permission. I confronted them one morning. Routine compliance check. One smirked, snapping a picture of my cactus. HOA regulations allow visual inspections. The other barked before they walked off. My blood boiled. They weren't enforcing rules, they were inventing them. I knew something was rotten. Those clipboards weren't just for show, they were gathering dirt. I started digging. HOA bylaws and financial statements revealed nothing at first. Then I zeroed in on Victoria. Following the money led me to a bombshell. The fines we paid went to an administrative account only, and you controlled it alone. The clipboard goons? They worked for a firm she owned. Every inspection, every violation, every fine lined her pockets. It got worse. Landscaping contracts, signed at double market rates, went to her cousin's company. HOA funds were bleeding into her ventures. This wasn't a strict HOA, it was organized fraud. I shared my findings with Liam, who was ready to storm Victoria's house. We looped in Clara, Mia, and even Tom, a guy I thought was Victoria's ally. He looked sick when he saw the evidence. We were all her victims, and we had proof. The night before the HOA meeting, I couldn't sleep. We had financial records, emails, contracts, enough to bury her. But would it work? HOA meetings were usually sleepy, with a handful of nodding residents. Not this time. Word had spread, and the community center was packed, buzzing with anger. Victoria sat at the front, cool as ever, gavel in hand. "Let's keep this respectful," she said, as if she hadn't robbed us blind. She tried to breeze through budget approvals and event plans, ignoring the elephant in the room. I stood up. "We need to talk about the new rules." She barely glanced at me. "The board has the authority to enact policies." Liam jumped in. "Without a vote?" The crowd murmured. Victoria's composure cracked. "These policies maintain property values," she snapped. I cut her off. "And pad your bank account." Silence. I marched to the front, slamming a folder of evidence on the table. "This isn't about property values, it's about theft." I flipped through pages, voice rising. "Victoria owns the inspection firm issuing fake violations. Fines go to her account. Landscaping contracts? Her cousin, at double the price." Gasps filled the room. Someone swore. Liam held up his phone. "Public filings don't lie." The crowd erupted. "You stole from us." "I paid $3,000 in fines." "I got a lien on my house." Victoria slammed her gavel. "This is slander." But Clara stood, voice steady. I motioned for a no-confidence vote. Cheers drowned Victoria's protests. Even Tom stood. "I second it." The vote was unanimous. Victoria stormed out, slamming the door. Her dictatorship was over. Or so I thought. The next morning, her lawyer sent me a cease and desist letter, accusing me of defamation. Liam and Clara got them too. It was a desperate scare tactic, but my lawyer laughed it off. "No case. Ignore it." Then Victoria's world collapsed. Homeowners filed complaints with the state's HOA board. Liam had invoices, Mia had fine records, and Tom handed over emails proving Victoria bypassed votes. A reporter caught wind, and the story went viral. At an emergency HOA meeting, the new board announced an audit exposing Victoria's fraud. She was banned from the HOA for life and faced criminal charges: fraud, embezzlement, and wire fraud. The bully who fined us for mailboxes was now fighting to stay out of jail. With Victoria gone, The neighborhood transformed. The new board voided fake fines, restored services, and slashed the HOA's power. No more random inspections or secret rules. I walked my street, seeing families in yards, kids on bikes, dogs running free, no green flags, no fear. My SUV stayed in my driveway, my wildflowers bloomed, and my mailbox? Untouched. The audit revealed tens of thousands misused, and homeowners were suing Victoria for refunds. She'd lost everything, while we'd won our freedom. This wasn't just about parking or plants, it was about standing up to tyranny. HOAs think they own you, but when you fight back, they learn some people don't bow. What do you think? Was I right to push back, or did I escalate too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's debate. And if you've got a crazy HOA story, share it. Hit that like button and subscribe for more wild tales. Let's keep the conversation going.